Hello, all my cool cats and kittens. Happy Monday, guys. So, I'm coming to you from Big Al's and Papa P's house. So, if you hear some bullshit in the background, I'm sorry, but they're just loud. I can't do anything about it. But, anyways, I know you guys are all super excited and energized from the weekend, excited to start your week. Just kidding. I know you're dragging your asses because I know I'm dragging mine. I'm probably hungover from drinking on the patios all weekend. Am I right? Like, who's excited that we're officially out of lockdown? So, for all you people actually living under a rock, let me update you. Ontario has been in lockdown for it feels like forever, and it finally got lifted on Friday, which means like retails and patios are open. So this means we can have patios, drinks, and touch things at Winners, and I am so friggin' excited. Hopefully things are gonna start getting back to normal and looking up. Anyways, so yeah, hopefully you're all out on the patio, but I will give you a little secret. While you're listening to this, I am in Cobble Beach for a family trip, and hopefully I am drinking a patio drink in the sun and enjoying my life. So be jealous. I'm just kidding. Anyways, if you think I sound funny, it's not the mic problem. It's actually like I'm suffering from the worst allergies as I do every year. I usually use the word suffering because it's literally the worst month and a half of my life every fucking year. I'm allergic to like basically everything outside. So right now it's like the worst time for me. Like I can't breathe out of my nose, my ears, my nose, my throat are so friggin' itchy and my head feels like it's going to explode from the congestion. Like it's horrible. 24/7 I just like feel like I want to die right now. But so if anyone knows any tips that help allergies, let me know. Like DM me, email me. Like I'm begging you at this point because I don't know what to do. And don't fucking tell me to take allergy medication like Reactin or Arius or whatever. You don't think I've tried that? Like, come on. But I do some like essential oils under my nose sometimes. And I do allergy medication every day, like literally every day. And I sweat my ass off in the car because AC makes it so much worse. So I just sit there and sweat and suffer in the heat. So yeah, guys, if you have anything that helps, just let me know. Like I don't, if it's a trick, if it's something you eat, if it's anything. And I know I've heard from people to actually like get local honey from wherever you live and like eat that. But we just moved to Millbrook and nothing's really open. I guess I could probably find local honey, but anyways, I could try that because they're saying like anything that the bees pollinate, it's like almost like low dosing yourself, so like it doesn't bother you that bad. But I just need, to be honest, a good night's sleep. Like my mouth is always open because I can't breathe out my nose, so I wake up with like sand mouth. And then like okay, when you're have your allergies as bad as mine are, let me tell you, when you're waiting in line for a store and like right on the outside of the store or you're inside the store and you're sneezing or like blowing your nose, the fucking looks I get, like fuck people. They automatically assume that you have like the COVID. Like, oh, she's got COVID, she's blowing her nose. Like nothing else it could be, right? Heaven forbid we had something else before COVID. Like could be allergies, could be a cold, but you know, it's the vid. It's always the vid. But fuck me, eh, right? Just live with it. I'm the lady with COVID in every fucking line, apparently. Anyways, so let's get into this week's episode. I wanted to say a big thanks to Emily last week for the episode. I got a bunch of really good responses from the episode, and we'll definitely have her on again though, because I love her. And to be honest, I'd have her on again regardless of the feedback because I love her and it's my podcast, so my rules. But yeah, I don't think Scott listened to it though, because, well, actually, he started to listen to it because we were over at our friend Josh and Rachel's house, and they were talking about it because they listened. Shout out Rachel, thanks for listening. But they were talking about the podcast, and Scotty hadn't heard about it, and they were saying stuff, and he's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "You talked about that?" So he actually went and started to listen to it. I don't know if he's finished it yet, but I mean, the only thing he would maybe get mad about, but I don't even think he'd get mad about it, is the porta potty shame story. But YOLO, right? My shame story. I mean, If it was some random dude, it'd be way worse, but it's him, so whatever. In like 50 years, when we're like 70, we can look back and laugh at it. But I am looking into doing another episode like that. So if you have any areas or like areas of discussion or ideas or questions, send a DM and I will keep it in mind for the next one. Also later this week, I'm gonna post like a questions thing on my story, and you can submit it there for like topics and discussions for the next like sex episode, I guess. And will we have guests? Will we not have guests? We will see. Just send them in. But let's get on with it. Basically, I had one more idea. Actually, I had an epic fail, which I tend to do these a lot, like a lot. And I don't know why I do these. But I think it's actually mom brain, because it's gotten way worse since I had Harpy in my mom brain, and I just have fails like at least once a day. But I had a big one, this one I do all the time. But if any of you guys know me, I have a Jeep, and apparently there's a thing called a Jeep wave, right? I don't know if you guys have Jeeps, you know what it is. If not, apparently, so if you see another Jeep, you wave, and vice versa, whatever. I didn't know this when I bought my Jeep, because I was like driving around. I bought it from like close to Toronto, almost Toronto, and so I went and picked it up, and I was driving home, and I was like, what the fuck? Everyone that passed me, they were like throwing a wave up in a Jeep, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I don't know that person. Why are they waving to me? And then a couple months later, I figured out, because there was a sticker on the back of a Jeep that said like Jeep wave with like a palm or like a high five or something. And I was like, oh, it's a thing. So I started doing it, obviously, because I'm part of the Jeep culture, cool gang. But yeah, fast forward to Harper being born, we actually got a van. This is relevant to the story, so stay with me. Because Scott's truck doesn't fit a baby seat in the back, because it's like the extended cab and not the crew cab. So I didn't want my Jeep just racking up Ks, because that's all we could ever drive, because my Ks were already high anyways, and I bought the thing, so it's not going anywhere. So if I could save some kilometers, and it's my dream car, so I don't want to. I know it's funny to say like, oh, my Jeep's my dream car, but it is, so fuck off. Anyway, so yeah, we got the van. My dad found it for like $1,000 or whatever, and he fixed it up or whatever, and it's great. It's a Dodge Caravan. Anyway, so now when I drive the Jeep, or not the Jeep, the van, and I see another Jeep, I automatically Jeep wave to people, and they're like, who the fuck is that? They're like, who's waving to me? And I'm like, oh, because I get mad. I'm like, why the fuck did they wave back? But then I realize I'm just like the wacky lady in the Dodge Caravan waving at everyone. And I do it all the time. So if you see me wave at you and I'm in the Jeep, wave back. If I'm in the van, just fucking wave back. If I'm fucking in Scott's truck, wave back. Just fucking wave back, please. Because I feel stupid every time. Because I'm like, I throw the wave and then they give me a dirty look. I'm like, what the fuck, you asshole? I'm like, oh fuck, I'm in the van. Fuck, I did it again. But anyways, yeah, that's my fail that I religiously do all the time, but I find them humorous, some of my fails, and I'll share them with you guys, because again, like I said, I do them all the time, which leads me into this. I want you guys to send me in your fails to my DMs, and each week I'll anonymously share the big fail story. I thought it would be fun, because I like to hear them, and I know other people probably like to hear them, and sometimes I think it feels good to like share your fail and give someone else a laugh. But yeah, I'll never share who the story came from, but I thought it would be just like a fun little segment to add to the podcast. So if you could send me your weekly or daily or monthly fail, like if something happens, you're like, oh, I gotta throw this in the Mondays Are for the Girls podcast, see if they say something about it, because I love it. I love the fails. But yeah, it'd be fun to do. All right, our first small business shout out this week, I'm going to do at reddoor.decor on Instagram. It's Red Door Decor. Say that 10 times fast, eh? Red Door Decor, Red Door Decor. Oh, actually, it's not that bad. Anyways, so yeah, it's at Red Door, and those are one word, and then it goes .decor. This is owned by a woman that I went to high school with. She does great work, and right now she's got Father's Day gifts, and I just ordered one, so it's really cute. It's like a wood sign, and it says, Which one did I get? I got the grandpa one. It says, when God was handing out grandpas, he saved the best for me. And it has a space to put your picture there. And oh my God, my heart melted when I saw it. And I was like, I gotta get that for my dad. So I got that for him. She also does custom signs. And she has stuff in stock too. I notice sometimes she'll put on Instagram like the welcome sign she has. I think she does mats. She also does like photos of your first home. I've seen her do tons of shit, and it's all very, very well done. It's awesome. So yeah, if you guys want to throw her a follow and a like on her photos to get it all out there. She also, if you are going to order something, she does order dates. So she'll open it up, take in orders, and then she closes it because I guess she gets a lot of orders. So I think the next order date is May 23rd, 2021 that she's opening for. So yeah, if you want to follow her, it's reddoor.decor on Instagram, and the business is called Red Door Decor. And yeah, so throw her a follow and a like and check out her stuff. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's great. I love it. I love all of it. Anyways, this week, the topic I wanted to get into is really what the title's about. The quarter life crisis. I feel a lot of people can relate to this topic. And that's what I want this podcast to be about, is being relatable and shit that I'm going through currently. So, it's my, like I said, it's my quarter life crisis. So I'm 25 years old, right? And all my life, like basically everything's been so scheduled for me. Like I did school, obviously I finished school in high school. Like I went in high school, I fucking went to school, worked a part-time job. And then I also played rep ball, like almost every day. So it was always busy. And then in college, I did nursing, so I had like 8 classes a semester. I had a clinical placement. I had homework, and then I played ball as well for school almost every day because we would have practice, games, tournaments, etc. Plus, I like wanted to see my family because I was away from home. Well, like not super far, but I was in King City, so I lived there. And then I came back when I could. When the weekends I didn't have to go on a tournament with my ball team from college. But yeah, and then after I graduated, I worked 2 jobs, and I finally got full-time, and then I bought a house, worked full-time nights, renovated the first house, then me and Scotty got pregnant shortly after, then we had Harpy, now we bought another house, and we're renovating, and I realized, like, I never had a moment in my life that wasn't pre-planned. Like, we're always, like, on to the next thing, like, what's next, So everything's just been like pretty like scheduled and planned out. But like in this reno that we're doing right now on the house, yeah, it's been stressful. But like now, because we're close to being done, like we're just waiting for shit to arrive now. So there's really like nothing extra to do. I've had some time to like sit back and like evaluate myself the last little bit. Like I want to create some goals and like find out who I am and like I don't know if this makes sense, but like what like my beliefs are and like my morals and all that kind of stuff. Like I've just been thinking about it a lot. And like I know you're thinking like, oh, trying to figure out who you are, like it's a movie. Like no, I'm legit serious. I was always so scheduled and planned and like a kind and like passive person as I grew up. So I always just like push shit down and like push it to the side, which like caused my anxiety and depression to get so bad sometimes. And it was easy to like hide things because I was always busy. And when I'd lose my shit, I could just like disappear into my room because like my parents worked a ton because they owned their own business. So when I lived at home, I could literally just, if I was in like one of my downwards, I would just stay, like would literally go to work, come home, stay in my room, cry, do whatever I need to do, and then go to work the next day. Like that was my life. So, but once me and Scotty moved in together, I was like flooded with like responsibility. Obviously, it's like your first house, you have more bills, and you're like, I was working overnights, which is bad for your sleeping habits anyways, because like I would literally work 4 overnights, have 2 days off. So like you want to stay awake and spend the 2 days with Scotty and enjoy the time you have together. But then at the same time, you're just like, do I switch myself completely and be awake during the day just to go on nights again? Like I never worked days. It was just always fucking nights. So with all that stresses and then I would sleep all day. It just got crazy, like the stress. And so I lost it in the summer of 2018, I believe. And unlike before, like I couldn't hide it because Scott was there and with me all the time, so he could see there was clearly something wrong. I won't go like fully into it because this is a whole nother episode to talk about that. But I finally like took a leave from work and I got some help and got better. But in that, I found myself becoming like more of like a harsh, abrasive person, I guess. I could say it that way. Like I was just, mind you, I don't know how to say it. Like I was sick of getting walked all over and being passive, that I became like the exact opposite. You know what I mean? So like I just didn't want to get walked on anymore, and I just wanted to like protect myself, but like I guess it wasn't necessarily the right way now that I look at it. And I was just abrasive, and I feel like people got like standoff vibes from me, which is not how I am. So like the last 4 months basically, since I got a hold on like, obviously when I had Harpy, like I'm trying to like figure out how to be a new mom and all that kind of stuff. So since I've gotten a hold on that, I think I got a hold on it like probably like when she was like 6 months, around Christmas time. I figured it out. But and Harper's like growing and developing her own personality now. It had me thinking, right? Like I was sitting there thinking, and I was like, how, like, I don't want her to ever have to go through what I went through. I don't want her to have to, like, I want her to treat people better than I've been treated or I have treated people. And I want her to be surrounded by people who build her up. And and I would just think about how I want to raise her, basically. Which, like, it's the main thing. Like, the main thing of us being parents is how I feel like we conduct ourselves and how we conduct our lives. Because kids, they're watching you all the time. Like, they're learning without even, like, knowing. They're just watching how you interact. And, like, everything is so easy to pick up for them, right? So it got me thinking when I was thinking about all this. I'm like, who are you? Like, who is Brie Percy? Like, you've had your shit planned out all the time. You never had a chance to breathe and figure out who you are. And, like, lately, I've just been working on myself and working on that purpose. Like, managing my anxiety and depression, because since I got pregnant with Harper, I've been off all medication. And, so I've been medication free since 2019 of October. Or no, we found out November. So November. Which, let me tell you, it's been fucking hard as fuck. But I figured out ways to manage it. Mind you, it's like not easy. They don't always work. I also like I want to learn on how to like manage my relationships better, whether it be with like family, friends, work. I also have been looking at like how I treat others as well as how I'm being treated. Just like a lot of like self and life reflection, basically. I also never ever have done this before, right? I've never really sat and like reflected on like what's going on in my life, because it's just been so focused on like what's next and being busy and never really taking a break. I don't know if you like anyone else feels this way, which I feel like if I feel this way, there has to be someone out there who's feeling the same thing. Like, have you ever had time to like focus on yourselves and find out who you are? Because I swear, like, I haven't. I know I see some people have, and that's great for them, but they also took a completely different course in their life than I have. So I wonder if that like makes a difference. And like, I always think about like what do I, well, not always, this just recently, but like what do I want out of life? Like, where am I going with my life? Like, not what's next for me, because that's like going to the next thing, but like I don't know, just like where is it going? Where's it going for me? What do I want out of life? And basically, I just want to know if you guys like feel the same way. So like shoot me a message if you feel the same way, because to be honest, I never really thought about it before. But since having Harper, and now that she's like growing up and becoming a person, and I think about, obviously as moms, like I feel like we all have dreams for our kids and stuff, but I just really want her to be a good fucking person, because they're like, mind you, I have complete empathy for people, and like I love people. But at the same time, there's a lot of shitty people out there, and I never want my kid to be that shitty person. I want her to be kind and generous and thoughtful and imaginative, creative. I want her to be strong enough to stick up for herself, but also like soft enough to comfort others. It's just really got me thinking lately. So the personal page slash small business shout out I want to do this week, I kind of like put them together, is a girl named Sarah Helm. So it's her Instagram is Sarah Sara Helm HELM 123 on Instagram. So her page is super cute because she posts like awesome photos of camping, her and her boyfriend, and the main way actually that I came across her is through a friend we have in common, but she sells Young Living products. Like she's like, I don't know, like a ambassador sales, tells you information kind of lady, and I love it. I bought I actually switched all of our house cleaning supplies to Thieves, which is owned by Young Living, and I love all their stuff. It's great. And she is so great. So she helped me. I told her what I was looking for. She helped me set up my account, set up everything. She actually set it up for me and just gave me like my username and password, so it's super easy for me. And then with the stuff that I was getting, she gave me a bunch of like, I guess you'd call them recipes for like the cleaning agents and for the essential oils that they sell through Young Living. And she's great. She's full of information and I love it. And she is the essential oil queen. I remember I saw a photo on her Instagram and she's got like thousands of essential oils. And I was like, yes, I need those in my life. And I use the allergy one right now. Doesn't sound like it's working, but it is. When I put it on, it works. I just haven't put it on since this morning, and it's later at night right now. But yeah, she can answer any question, and she loves the products, which I love working with people who actually love the products they're selling and use them themselves instead of just getting you to buy so they get whatever, because that's just annoying. But yeah, so if you guys are interested, Young Living sells like Thieves. They sell essential oils. They sell tons of stuff. So yeah, check her out. It's Sarah Helm 123 on Instagram, and she can answer any questions you have about Young Living. I love all their products. I clean my house with them now officially because it came in the mail a month ago, and I love them all. I even they have like what is it called? I'm losing my mind. Toothpaste, and it's great. I love their toothpaste. I love their hand soap, and you can add your own essential oils into any of the cleaners and stuff like that. Oh, and I also am getting the veggie soak, and I'm really excited about that because I saw someone post just cleaning your veggies after you get them home from the supermarket, what they look like, and then I saw when they cleaned them with the veggie soak in water. And oh my god, this lady's kale was so much more green after she cleaned them with that stuff opposed to just cleaning them the way we would in a supermarket. And that kind of like showed me it's kind of gross what's on there. Like it was so dark green and then she cleaned it and then it was like bright green. And I was like, oh, I'm not cleaning my veggies right. Anyways, getting off topic here. But yeah, so send her a message if you want to get into the Young Living stuff. She's super knowledgeable. And yeah, give her some likes. I just want her to grow. Also, I want her to grow up and like see me have happiness in myself. Like before the last couple months, I didn't even really like the person I was. And I think it's okay as long as you notice it and you can change it. Like you can be like, I don't fucking like how I am. It doesn't make you a bad person. It just means you need to change some stuff. Maybe something in your life is making you miserable and you need to change that up. Maybe there's people in your life that don't fill your cup. You need to change it up. Maybe your job weighs you down every day and you're just like, fuck, I'm working for a paycheck, but I fucking hate my life every day. So like as long as you can like look at yourself and realize you can change things and understanding there's always room for growth within yourself. That's the big thing. I really started like when I was going to therapy as a regular thing, which is, therapy is good for anyone. I used to only go when I wasn't okay, and that's so stupid. Like, you still go to the doctors for checkups even if you're healthy. Why wouldn't you go to therapy even though you're doing well? It's a healthy thing. It keeps you mentally healthy. It keeps you physically healthy. Like, it's awesome. And I find that people, like, when they find out you're going to therapy, though, they're like, automatically, oh, what's wrong with you? Like, what do you got going on? It's like, fucking nothing. I'm working on myself, you asshole. Like, no one's fucking perfect. And, like, I think if you think you're perfect, you're a fucking narcissist. There's no one perfect. There's always room for improvement. And fuck it feels good. After a good session, it's like, no, like, oh, after a good session, it's a form of like, no, it is. It's 100% a form of self-care, going to therapy. It's great. I love it. Bubble bath, therapy, wine, whatever you want, but I love it. It's great. It makes me feel awesome. And to be honest, it feels great. But people think like, oh, okay, let's start this over again. People think, oh, Bree's not hanging out with people, spending time alone a lot, blah, blah, blah. And to be honest, they're right now, like I am. But it's not a bad thing. Why do people always think there's something wrong? It's not. It's because I'm working on myself. I'm getting shit done. I'm being present with my daughter, which is what I've been trying to do right now. And just like focusing on good friends, like family, these things, like, and I just love people who can understand this and won't hold it against you. It's like, oh. It's like when people go, oh, you're staying at home a lot, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, yeah, I am, but I'm working on myself. And I feel like a good, like, friend or family member, if they see you, they won't, like, as soon as they see you, be like, oh, well, we haven't seen each other because you don't come out. It's like, no, how are you? I've missed you. How are you doing? So that was a little rant, but I just think it's not a bad thing to work on yourself. I've learned so much these few short months, and don't get me wrong, I'll be working on myself for the rest of my life. But if you feel like you don't know who you are, what your purpose is, or you're unhappy with yourself, there's nothing wrong with that at all. We're meant to, like, think almost like we're programmed that we should be doing things at certain ages and everything's so go, go, go and busy, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with what you're doing, where you are in life. Like, everyone has their own speed. They have their own shit going on. So, like, fuck whatever Becky or Carol or whatever is doing. And oh, fuck, you're 25 and you don't have a career. As long as you're fucking happy with yourself, you're working on yourself, you have goals, you like what you're doing, who gives a fuck? The best thing I have taken from these last months are we need to do things for ourselves. Do it for you. Not because anyone, like, don't do it because anyone is telling you to do it or for someone or it's because what you think you should be doing. Like, you need to spend time with those who fill your cup, live in the moment and be present. That's such a big one for me because everyone, myself included, is like on to the next thing, one after another. Like, let's go fast, fast, fast. And it's so exhausting. And we miss out on things that we should be present for. Like, for example, okay, the other day I put down Harper in her, like, little ball pit and let her play. And then I sat on my phone for like 30 minutes. And then I fed her, like, lunch, and then she went down for her nap. And after her, like, during her nap, I was sitting on my phone again. And then I put it down and I was thinking, I fucking completely ignored my daughter for that 30 minutes that she was playing in the ball pit when I could be engaging and playing with her. I thought more about it, and, like, I've done this a few times. Like, I caught myself like, fuck, you did it then too. Oh, you're going to do it again. And, like, yeah, it's okay. Like, don't get me wrong, I know it's okay to take breaks for myself, but she naps twice a day. And that's my time. Because I know right now I want to soak up every fucking minute before I can't anymore. When she's older, or I have to work, or we have another baby, and it's not just me and her anymore. So, like, I want to treasure these moments, and I have them right now, and I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not being present, and I have to be okay with oh, the laundry may not get done today because Harper gets my attention first, and that's okay. And that's a big thing for me. Like, the laundry can sit there for a week. Or, sorry, not a week. The laundry can sit there like an extra day is fine. But it's not going to sit there for a week, obviously. This is like my anxiety talking. Like, obviously, I know I'll get it done, but it doesn't need to be done right this second, which I was like, let's do it now, get it done, over with. Which is like the main thing, is like me being a control freak. And that's again in a whole nother story, but I'll do that on a different day. But anyways, so I like being present is really hard in this day and age, I think, and I'm really trying, and it's really hard though, so don't get me wrong. I'm not like mom shaming anyone who puts their kid down to play and you sit on your phone. You do you, but I feel like I was doing it more than I should, and I really want to enjoy this time with her. And this has been like a huge thing for me. So being present is super hard. But like I was saying before, do things for yourself. Spend time with those who fill your cup. Be present. Another big one is boundaries. I'm learning so much about creating boundaries in a healthy and proper way. This is something I struggled with like a lot as well. And I almost want to do like a separate podcast about these certain things that I'm learning, because there's just too much to say about it. Like, I always looked at boundaries as like being a bitchy, or when it's like not at all. It's not a bitchy thing at all to create boundaries. Also, guys, quick thought, if you want me to do these topics like more in depth and you have any input, obviously, I'm not an expert, I'm not a therapist, but sometimes I think hearing it from a friendly voice, and like a friendly voice talking about the things on a real level, is such a good way to hear them. Like, a therapist can tell me stuff, like, yeah, I love therapy and I go to therapy, but sometimes when Scott tells me something, I'm like, oh, fuck, you're right. Or like, I hear him talk about himself, I'm like, fuck, I do the same thing. Like, stop. But, yeah, let's get back on track, but let me know if you want to hear them. I'm still really working on my last one. This is huge, but here it is. You can't control what those around you say or do or how they react, but, and this is a huge but, and I feel like we all know this, you can control how you react, what you say, and what you do. Often I feel like we, or I, especially me, don't remember this when I should. I mean, I can sit here, I'm all calm, cool, collective, like, oh, be you, be yourself, like, love people, like, whatever. But if fucking someone's an asshole to me, 100%, more than 100% of the time, I'm going to be an asshole right back. But it's like, fuck, I don't have to be an asshole right back. Control yourself. And, like, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, we don't remember this when we should. Just because someone else is being like a fucking bitch or unreasonable or whatever doesn't give you the right just to be the same way. It takes, like, obviously our parents told us, it takes the bigger person just to like say how you feel, obviously in a nice way. Like, you're not just gonna snap on Karen, right? Just be like calm, cool, collective, say how you feel. And that's a big thing. I'm working on that too, is not saying things in a mean way, trying to say things nicely. And you know what? If they can't constructively talk to you or be positive, then guess what? Wait for it. Set some motherfucking boundaries with that person. I know, mind blown. Wow. Crazy. Seriously though. Even when I know this stuff, I still have a hard time with like implementing it in my life. And I feel like a lot of the podcasts we're talking about like stuff we already know. Like a couple weeks ago, like, oh, love yourself. It's like, yeah, I know that, but it's fine. Like, such a hard time doing it. It's like keep always be kind and positive. It's like, yeah, I know, but fuck, sometimes I get mad, and it's fine to have emotions and how you feel, but like I said, you can control how you react and how you conduct yourself. And to be honest, if someone's going to be an asshole to you or lash out at you, they fucking look stupid. If you stay cool and whatever and be nice and kill them with kindness and just be matter of fact, tell them how you feel, but in a nice way. And when I say matter of fact, I mean like kindly. Then they're gonna keep being a dick, then they're the ones who look stupid in the end, right? And we know this. But yet we still fucking deal with the drama and deal with the crap, whether it's family shit or whatever. It's just not fucking worth it. And like I have a hard time with all of these things that I've talked about today. Like I know we didn't really like go into depth of anything, but I really want to if you guys are in for it. We can do individual episodes or like segments or whatever. But I struggle with this shit every fucking day of my fucking life. And it's stressful, it's hard, but like I said, working on yourself is never a bad thing. And that's why I want to work on them. So I can learn and set a better example for Harper and my future children, as well as people in my life. I just want to live a more relaxed, kinder life and better myself. And I think that's where I'm going to leave you off today, guys, because the rant is done for the day. And I'm going to put my kid to bed and have some patio drinks. Anyways, I love you all. Thank you for listening. As always, I'm going to leave you with a song of the week. And this week, we are going to go back. And I want you to do something when you listen to the song. You're going to put it up nice and loud. I usually sit Harper on the bed or in her high chair, one of the two, where she can like look at me. And I sing it at full capacity, my capacity, of course. And I dance for her while doing it. Because you know what? Kids don't judge. And that's the best thing. You can sing, dance, whatever, and they won't judge you. Anyways, the song is by the one and only Aretha Franklin. It is Respect, the RESPECT. Find out what it means to me, that one. And I love it. And it's all, we all deserve it. Whether it's for yourself, whether it's for others, whether it's respect for your mental or physical health. I think we all need respect of ourselves and each other, and the world will be a much fucking simpler, nicer place to live in. Don't you think? Will it ever happen? Probably not. I have no fucking clue. But on that note, have a good week, people, and let me know what you think. As always, send me a DM. Also, I want to hear your fails of the week so I can start the segment next week. So throw them in my way. Seriously, right now. Think about it in your head. Oh, what did I do? What did I fuck up? Send it to me. Send it to me, send it to me, send it to me. Anyways. And I'll keep them all anonymous. I promise, I promise, I promise. But yeah, so I love you all. And I will see you next Monday. Catch you later. Bye-bye.